The Whole Foodie Festival is on at Whole Foods Market through October 3rd. Save on hundreds of culinary favorites like delectable cheeses, crackers, charcuterie, olives, and chocolates for that perfectly elevated snack board. Class up the party even more with short ribs, caviar, and produce on sale. And save on a huge selection of wine, including those made with organically grown grapes, starting at $6.99. Check out the Whole Foodie Festival today. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
This episode is brought to you by Certified Piedmontese Beef. Listen up, foodies. Make your next meal even better with real Nebraska beef. They have healthy, tender, delicious Italian heritage beef, grass-fed and sustainably raised on lush pastures in the Midwest. You can even create your own personally curated meat box that's shipped right to your door. To get 2 free steaks with any purchase over $50, use the code FREEBEEF at checkout. Learn more and shop exclusively at cpbeef.com.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1904, 5 Nutrition Myths Busted, by Emma Hogan with LesMills.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Sunday bonus episode here on ORD, with me, your host, Greg Audino. So, if you're new to this, each Sunday we like to share a bonus episode for the week, which is actually a previously aired episode from another show in our network. We do this with the hopes that you might want to check out some of the other shows we offer, and or that you find some of these articles can benefit your relationships, even if that's not what they're primarily about. Now, this article today comes from Optimal Health Daily, hosted by Dr. Neil Malik, and being structured the same way that ORD is, but just about health content. So, without further ado, let's hear his narration and commentary as we optimize your life.
5 Nutrition Myths Busted, and 4 Truths That Are Bang On, by Emma Hogan with LesMills.com. In the world of optimal nutrition and weight loss, there are misconceptions aplenty. We spoke to Dr. Ginger Gottschall, Research and Science Advisor for the American Council on Exercise, who clears up the confusion by spelling out some facts about diet and exercise. Myth number 1. If you exercise regularly, eating quality food is paramount. The timing and size of your meals is much less important. Not true, says Dr. Gottschall. Quote, quality nutrients are important, but so too is the timing of your eating. The benefits you get from exercise are maximized when you eat every 3 to 5 hours. The most critical meal is within an hour of finishing your training. You should always ensure you have 0.3 grams of protein per kilogram body weight within 2 hours. This means that if you weigh 64 kilograms or about 140 pounds, you should have about 19 grams of protein within 2 hours of completing your training. End quote. Myth number 2. If you want to lose weight while maintaining the energy you need for regular exercise, you should aim to lose no more than 1 pound per week. This is an appropriate estimate, but it's certainly not right for everyone, says Dr. Gottschall. Quote, the maximum amount is based on your total body weight. You should aim to reduce your total mass by no more than 1% each week. If you weigh 200 pounds, the maximum recommended loss per week is 2 pounds. End quote. Myth number 3. The ideal way to increase weight loss is to minimize fat intake. Not at all, says Gottschall. Quote, there are some vitamins, such as vitamins A, D, E, and K, that can only be absorbed with dietary fat, and we need these important vitamins to support everything from vision and immunity to bone density and heart health. Saturated fats, as found in beef, lamb, pork, cream, butter, and cheese, should be limited to less than 10% of your total intake. While you don't want to consume too much saturated fat, try and steer clear of low-fat and no-fat alternatives, as these typically include added sugars and processed ingredients. End quote. Myth number 4. High-fat, low-carbohydrate diets like the keto and Atkins diets are ideal for weight loss, as well as improving cardiovascular fitness. This type of eating is typically not sustainable, advises Gottschall. Quote, limiting carbohydrates is helpful only for short-term weight loss and blood sugar levels. Most people find they are unable to stick with this type of eating for longer than 6 months. These high-fat diets provide greater saturated fat and insufficient fiber. They can also lead to a reduction in your athletic performance when it comes to high-intensity training. End quote. Myth number 5. Plant-based proteins will not provide all 9 essential amino acids necessary for optimal performance. Not true. Quote, you can get all 9 essential amino acids from the following plant-based protein sources: tempeh, tofu, seitan, soy milk, and whole grains such as quinoa and buckwheat, says Gottschall. Quote, eggs, cow's milk, yogurt, and cheese are all great protein sources too. You can also pair brown rice with beans or peanut butter with oats to get all 9 essential amino acids. End quote. Truth number 1. Drinking chocolate milk after exercise will maximize the benefits of your training. Quote, chocolate milk is ideal for the effective maintenance, repair, and synthesis of skeletal muscle proteins. This is because dairy proteins contain the amino acid leucine, which stimulates the production of human growth hormone, or HGH. It's important to remember the whole food protein you get from eggs, beef, pork, poultry, and vegetable sources will always be superior to powders. End quote. Truth number 2. Carbohydrates are the most adaptable energy source for exercise and the key fuel for your central nervous system. This is a reality, says Gottschall. Quote, carbohydrates can support exercise over a large range of intensities. Carbohydrates can be utilized by both anaerobic, like high intensity, and oxidative or low intensity pathways. They are superior to fat as they drive a greater yield of energy per volume of oxygen. End quote. Truth number 3. The sugar in fruit is different from the sugar in candy. This is certainly true, says Gottschall, who explains that natural sugars are found in fruit as fructose and in dairy products as lactose. Refined sugar comes from sugar cane or sugar beets as sucrose. Quote, your body metabolizes the sugar in fruit and milk differently to how it metabolizes refined sugar. To maintain a healthy diet, adults should keep their intake of added sugars to less than 10% of their total daily calories. End quote. And finally, truth number 4. You need a mix of soluble and insoluble fiber in your diet. Quote, yes, soluble fiber and insoluble fiber offer unique benefits, says Gottschall. Soluble fiber, which dissolves in water, improves digestion, reduces cholesterol, and modulates blood sugar. Oats, peas, beans, apples, citrus fruits, carrots, and barley are all good sources of soluble fiber. Insoluble fiber promotes bowel health and regularity. You'll find insoluble fiber in whole wheat flour, wheat bran, beans, cauliflower, and potatoes. End quote. You just listened to the post titled 5 Nutrition Myths Busted and 4 Truths That Are Bang On by Emma Hogan with lesmills.com.
Wait, are you gaming? On a Chromebook?
Yep. It's got a high-res 120Hz display, plus this killer RGB keyboard. And I can access thousands of games anytime, anywhere.
Stop playing.
What?
Get out of here.
Huh?
Yeah, I want you to stop playing and get out of here so I can game on that Chromebook.
Got it.
Discover the ultimate cloud gaming machine, a new kind of Chromebook.
The Whole Foodie Festival is on at Whole Foods Market through October 3rd. Save on hundreds of culinary favorites like delectable cheeses, crackers, charcuterie, olives, and chocolates for that perfectly elevated snack board. Class up the party even more with short ribs, caviar, and produce on sale. And save on a huge selection of wine, including those made with organically grown grapes, starting at $6.99. Check out the Whole Foodie Festival today. Terms apply. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Dr. Neal here for my commentary. Wow, today's author, Emma Hogan, was right. Dr. Gottschall's advice was absolutely spot on. I mean, can I applaud that post? I mean, what else can I possibly say except I agree with everything that was said? So can I just end my commentary now and leave it at that? No? Keep going? Keep talking? All right. Well, I can always find something to expand on, right? I can mention a bit more about truth number 4, how you need a mix of both soluble and insoluble fiber in your diet, We used to think that soluble fiber was the most important one. By the way, it's called soluble because this type of fiber likes water. Imagine what happens to dried oats when you add water to them. They plump up, right? Oats are a type of soluble fiber. They like water. Well, it turns out that these soluble fibers, like oats, not only like water, but they like latching on to cholesterol too. So eating soluble fiber was a nice way to help lower the amount of cholesterol in your body. That's why you would see on oatmeal packages when you're walking down the cereal aisle how it would say, heart healthy, or will help lower cholesterol. But now we know that even insoluble fiber has some very important health benefits. Insoluble fibers are those that don't really react with much in the body. Instead, they tend to move through the GI tract undigested. So how could this possibly be a good thing, you may wonder? Well, it turns out these insoluble fibers help keep our gut microbiome healthy. So they may not help lower our cholesterol, but they help to increase the number and type of good bacteria in the intestine. This is why Dr. Gottschall was absolutely right. Both soluble and insoluble fibers are important. Oh, by the way, as Dr. Gottschall mentioned, sources of insoluble fibers would be whole wheat and whole grain products like whole wheat bread. If you want both soluble and insoluble fibers in one packaging, beans are a great source of both. To take advantage of all the health benefits fiber has to offer, we should aim to consume between 25 and 38 grams of dietary fiber per day. And again, make sure those food sources of fiber are high in both soluble and insoluble fibers. Hey, look at that. I did find something to talk about. All right, that's enough from me for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening every day. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.